everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm in a little bit of a different place to start this vlog, but I'm actually really excited because I'm reading your favorite fantasy romances. Now, I don't know what's been up with me, but I've just been in a big fantasy romance mood, so I asked on my Instagram and my community tab, and you guys gave so many recommendations. Like, I'm not even joking, there were so many recommendations. So I'm very, very excited for the couple of books that I've chosen. So I have 2 audiobooks and 2 physical books, but I have 2 fantasy romances on my Kindle that I'm extremely excited about. Like, I'm wearing my fantasy, or I'm reading, I have my romantasy reader shirt on. Like, I'm in a fantasy romance mood, okay? Like I said, I'm in a little bit different area just because my library, I'm rearranging things and stuff like that, so if the lighting looks off, I apologize. But the 2 audiobooks that I have that I'm very excited for are Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. So someone dropped this in the comments or on my Instagram, I forgot which one, and I was like, ooh, you know what? I've had that on my radar for quite a while, so I'm pretty excited for it. I just started the audiobook while I was like doing my makeup and stuff, but apparently Fortuna is the last of her kind, and her brother disappeared 2 years ago. So without any note or anything like that, she doesn't know where he went. So she just hides among humans, and apparently she catches the eye of a very powerful fairy. So I don't know like anything other than there's fairies, there's goblins, because that's mentioned, there's werewolves and vampires that are mentioned like in the world. So there's this woman who like can shapeshift kind of. I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm very interested in this because I don't think I've read anything by this author. Now, the other audiobook I am very nervous about, I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely nervous about, and it's because I've seen it around, but like I don't know if it's gonna be for me. I've heard that it's very rom-com-y, but I'm willing to give it a try, and that is The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. So Kimberly Lemming was at Steamy Lit. I did not get a chance to see her, and I was thinking of buying one of her books. I think it was this one because it was a very cute like edition, but I was like, am I gonna like it? Do I want to spend money on that if I'm not gonna like it? So this audio I think is like 7.5 hours, so this one's not gonna take me very long to get through. The other, Fortuna Sworn, is about 14 hours, which is not that long for fantasy. Like, I expect them to be that long. So I heard this is kind of more so a like rom-com fantasy, like cozy vibes, cute or anything like that. That's what some of the reviews said. So I'm gonna go into it blind. I'm not even gonna read the summary. Now, the 2 physical books that I have are 2 that so many people put down. Literally so many people put down in my comments and in my Instagram question box, and that is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Irui. Ooh, I'm probably butchering that name, I apologize. This is a little over, it's exactly 600 pages, 601 pages, and I don't know anything about this other than people have been saying it's their favorite of this year. So I'm kind of going to it blind. I just know that it weaves romance, intrigue, and mythology together against the backdrop of a fantasy world you will never want to leave, which is exactly what I want. Now, the other physical book I have is another one that multiple people dropped, and that was Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. So this one is 586 pages, and she is a princess that came into the world like a firestorm made flesh. A princess with a link to 5 dragons that should have been a blessing to her kingdom, but her blessing became a curse. Now she's the queen of a secret kingdom she forged through strength and survival. That sounds so good. I'm so interested. Anyway, I have those 2 downloaded on my Kindle. I'm itching to read those 2. I would say I'm more excited for those 2 than the other 2, but I am willing to give all of them a try. So yeah, come along with me for this vlog. This is a very long introduction. I apologize. Come along with me. I'm going to take you with me. I'll give you some b-roll, what I get up to in my life. You guys have been asking for more vlogs as well, so more themed vlogs, random vlogs, anything like that. So I'm gonna be reading your favorite fantasy romances, and I hope I like them. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get this vlog started. Hi everyone. I have a pretty big vlog update. So I didn't realize that I haven't really updated you for this vlog, but I DNF'd one book and I finished another. So welcome to a massive update. I had friends in town over the weekend and we were busy. We went to the Vampire Diaries tour. We went to, where else did we go? Oh, Braves game. We went to dinner. It was a very quick weekend of go. So I didn't have time to really read anything. I mean, I did read a little bit, but so Friday during the day, I was trying to listen to Fortuna Sworn, right? Fortuna Sworn? The picture is right here, okay? And I was really excited because a lot of people said that this book was really good. And I was excited because I was like, ooh, I'm in a fantasy mood. Now, I will say the first 25% of this book went by really well. I was intrigued. I was like, okay, she's, the last one alive. They have this fairy that's all interested in her. And I thought, this is gonna go great, okay? By 50-60%, I was so uninterested in this book. So interesting. And listen, if I get to 60% through a book and I DNF, that means really I was not feeling it. Because if I get past 50%, for me, I'm just just push through, just do it. Just do it, just finish it. You're already over halfway done. But I was I don't really know what's going on. I haven't kept up with what's I haven't really comprehended what's going on. I was this is not for me. This is really not for me, and it's not really working for me. Sorry, I'm about to get into a meeting, so I'm getting ready for that. So I was just I'm just not really feeling it right now, I'm just not feeling it. It's not going good. So I DNF that one. Will I go back to it? Maybe, but I got so far and I literally could not, I couldn't care less. He was kind of torturing her a little bit, and I was I don't really like this. Anyway, so DNF that one. Now, the star of the show of this vlog. So a couple of people, actually multiple people, either in my comment section on my community tab or on my Instagram question thing, said to read Heavenly Bodies by, I'm gonna butcher her name, I apologize. I'm not even gonna put it, but this book. I want a physical copy. I want to go back and highlight because I highlighted stuff on my Kindle because I read it on my Kindle. This is a 600-page book, and when I tell you, my friends left yesterday at 10 a.m. and I took a little nap, and then after that, I literally read this book all day. I got through 11% Saturday night after I DNF'd Fortuna Sworn. But let me tell you, this might be one of my new favorite fantasy romances. I devoured this book. Now, I don't get the title. Heavenly Bodies, I don't get it. I mean, I kind of do based on the ending. It does end on a cliffhanger. The next book I think is coming out next year. So we do have a little bit of time. We do, I gotta wait. And that ending was very what? It was, so I say this about A Heart of Blood and Ashes by Milivane. It is the perfect blend of fantasy and romance, and Heavenly Bodies is literally the perfect blend of fantasy and romance. It had all these magical elements that was not hard to understand. It didn't feel info dumpy at the beginning. I mean, of course you have to explain who she is, our female character, what she's doing, and what's her name? Alara is this princess. She's escaping her kingdom because it was taken over by a star, and stars are all powerful kind of godlike beings, I guess you can say, but they're not called gods. But they're worshipped by the people, but they live in real life. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of Greek mythology back then, where they talk about it, how the gods and goddesses kind of lived amongst the people, and they go to the temple to worship them. That's really kind of what happens. And I think in the blurb it does say that they are what's the word, it's a mythological retelling, I think, kind of, or has mythological elements. I devoured this book. That was so easy. She has what they call the three, where she possesses 3 magical powers. It's shadow casting, where she can make shadows. She dream walks, and she has, oh, what is the other one? I forgot the other one that she has. Illusions. She can make people see things that's not really there, obviously. And then she goes to this kingdom of Helios. the Helios kingdom, which is like the kingdom of light, and she comes from the darkness. And there she is taken in as like kind of like a refugee, like they're hiding her because they know that the person who took over her kingdom and like killed her parents and all this stuff like that are gonna come after her. And let me just tell you, it was absolute perfection. But with all of the like introduction of the magical system, you see that when she goes to take refuge, she meets the Prince Enzo or Lorenzo, and let me tell you, the tension between them just like right off the bat was just unreal. Unreal. I loved each little thing, and she had this kind of like, I say this in all fantasies or fantasy romances, they have this like montage of like her training, getting her powers together and blah blah blah, and that's basically what Enzo is tasked to do. He's tasked to like help her build up the 3 that she has, the 3 magical powers, because he also has 3 magical powers. One of them is like he can see inside her soul, or like anyone's soul, but he cannot see into hers, which I find interesting. And that was one thing not explained. His other thing is light and fire. He has one more. I think they kind of go together. Anyway, but it was, I loved the like tension and the romance and how they try to stay away from each other, because there's this prophecy that you learn about, and there's this whole thing with him like is trying to stay away from her but like falling for her, and the same thing with him, and like they both have these like inner demons, and you see how it was just so good, just so good. I wish I could tell you everything else that happens, but that would be a spoiler. But I would say this is a 5-star read, one of my favorite. Like, it's one of those books that like creep up on you. Like, you don't think it's gonna be one of your favorites, but it like creeps up on you, like, oh, this is one of my favorite fantasy romances. I highlighted so many things. They're just like, he's the perfect blend of being like an alpha and like possessive hero, but also on the flip side, like he is very like understands that she is powerful in her by herself, and like she can stick up for herself. So when they're put into certain situations, like he knows that she can just stick up for herself, but he'll step in when needed. Like if someone starts disrespecting her, he's like, watch it. And I love it so much. It was so good. Like, I want to fangirl so hard, and I want to just tell you all the spoilers, but like I want everyone to read it. And I know this is a relatively new book, I think. I don't know, I haven't heard that many people talk about it. So I know Rachel from Raven-Haired Reader talked about it, Sam from Sam Reads Little talked about it, but I'm just like, read it in one sitting. Like from 11% to the end of the book, I read it all yesterday. Today's Monday, so that was Sunday. I stayed in bed all day between napping and resting, and I read the whole book, and I'm not mad about it. Not mad about it. I didn't expect to read it that quickly, but I was gonna read Fear the Flames for this vlog too, as well as that Kimberly Lemming book, but I don't think, I'm not in the mood for that. So how it goes usually, Fear the Flames is one that I think I'm going to love a lot, but coming off of Heavenly Bodies, if I read it back to back like that, it's not gonna be up there, because I'm gonna constantly compare it to Heavenly Bodies, because I literally just finished it. So I'm only gonna read 2 books for this vlog. I hope you guys don't mind that, because I didn't expect I mean, like, Heavenly Bodies had all of the things that I love, but I wasn't expecting to like be a 5-star read, like top of the top. So now anything I read is just gonna be comparing to that, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna leave it here. This was a very quick vlog, but I mean, you can either take it as reading my subscribers' favorite fantasy romance, or reading till I find a 5-star read, because I had a DNF and then immediately a 5-star read. I don't know what I'm titling this vlog. It was supposed to be reading all of my subscribers' favorite fantasy, but I literally was not expecting Heavenly Bodies to be so damn good. So that's all I have for this vlog. I hope you enjoy. It was very short, but I want to do more vlogs for you guys on my channel with like sporadically. I usually keep them only to Patreon. I do know a lot of people on my channel like vlogs, even though they don't like get the same amount of views as rec videos, which I don't expect them to. So anyway, this is just one of these bonus videos that I wanted to do for you guys this week, so I hope you enjoyed. For the, what kind of emoji for this vlog? What should I do? Ooh, there's a character in Heavenly Bodies that I loved. Her name is, oh, what is it? Ilsa? Ilsa? No, it's not Ilsa. IRSA or ISRA, Isra? Anyway, she is a seer. She can like see things. So like drop like the magic ball thing, if that makes sense. The emoji with like the magic ball, like the magical thing. I think that's an emoji. Anyway, I'll put the emoji here. Drop this emoji, please. If you made it this far. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one.